Hi. Welcome back to Storytime. The more we get together, together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. And wiggle my waggles away. I gotta clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. And wiggle my waggles away. I gotta jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. And wiggle my waggles away.
I gotta yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. And wiggle my waggles away. I gotta
shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. And wiggle my waggles away. And wiggle my waggles away. Up on the housetop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Rudolph, Rudolph, what will you do? You can't guide Santa's sleigh if your nose is blue. Rudolph, Rudolph, you're such a silly fellow. Who will know it's you if your nose is yellow? Rudolph, Rudolph, your way cannot be seen through the wintry weather if your nose is green. Rudolph, Rudolph, Santa gave a wink, but what will he say if your nose is pink? Rudolph, Rudolph, it's time to fly at night, but you can't get through the snow if your nose is white. Rudolph, Rudolph, it's time to go to town, but you can't help Santa if your nose is brown. Rudolph, Rudolph, Santa has his sack, but you're not ready if your nose is black. Rudolph, Rudolph, the children are in bed, and now you can get on your way because your nose is red.
The Christmas Barn by John and Jennifer Churchman. Now, if you go to Vermont, you can see this real barn on Moonrise Farm. I want you to look at the dogs in here because Miss Linda loves this book because the dogs look like hers. The sheepdogs watched out the farmhouse window as the rain came down. The autumn storm was fierce. It tossed the colorful leaves around and the trees bent low in the wind. Crack! In the forest, a tree fell to the ground. The next morning, after the storm had passed, Farmer John went to look for the fallen tree with Laddie and Maisie. He found the old pine tree lying on the forest floor. It had been the tallest tree on Moonrise Farm for over 150 years. Now it was gone. He thought, maybe the tree can have another life. Maybe we can make a special Christmas gift for the animals. That night, Farmer John and his wife, Farmer Jennifer, drew up the plans. Over the next few days, Farmer John turned the old pine tree into logs. He then rolled the logs into a big pile with his tractor. He studied the plans for the animals' gift. There was a lot of work to do before Christmas. Julie the alpaca stopped to watch as he worked. She moved slowly. Her belly was big and round. James the sawyer milled the logs into boards. Whir, whir, risp, rasp went the sawmill. The chickens, ducks, turkeys, and geese came running, curious to see what was going on. "What is this? Cluck, cluck. What is that? Quack, quack." Early the next morning, Farmer John started building the special Christmas gift for the animals. First, he cleared a space in the woods right where the old pine tree had fallen. Then he marked where the walls would go with ribbon and stakes. Mo, the farm cat, sat on the old stump watching curiously. The sound of Farmer John's hammer rang out through the forest. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Finn and Sweet Pea the sheep watched through the pasture fence as he worked. They looked at each other and back again. What can it be? What can it be? Farmer John worked every day for many weeks as the weather turned colder and colder. Brr, brr went the drill as he made the walls and a roof. He looked up at the sky. "Winter will be here any day," he said. "I'll have to hurry." The alpacas picked their way through the trees to see what Farmer John was doing. Joy put her nose in the air. Sniff, sniff, snuffle, snuffle, something smelled different in the forest. Farmer John was almost finished with the frame. "Snow's coming," he said to himself. He could see his breath in the chilly air. Meadow the lamb wandered up to see what he was doing. She gave a soft baa when she saw him. "Don't worry, little one," he said. "I'm making something to keep you warm all winter." As he turned back to his work, Farmer John heard crunch, crunch, crunch in the leaves. Someone was coming up the path. It was Farmer Richard with a box full of tools. "Could I lend a hand?" called the old friend. "Why, yes," said Farmer John. And together they made the doors and windows and a beautiful cupola for the roof that afternoon. All the next day Farmer John painted. Splat, swish, went his brush with the dark red paint. The Highland cows swung their horns this way and that to stay warm, murmuring to each other in gentle moos as they watched him work. It would snow soon, he thought. No time to waste. The sheep watched as the first snowflakes fell onto their thick woolly coats. The alpacas huddled around Joy to keep her warm, their feet getting frosty on the snow-covered ground. That afternoon, as the snow grew deeper, Farmer John spent his time inside building pens and feeders. He then decorated the gates with balsam garlands and also added something special to the hayloft window. Early the next morning, Farmer John heard a truck rumble, rumble, rumble up the lane. It was his friend, Farmer Roger, bringing a load of hay to fill the loft. Sadie the pony looked over the fence. "Hay, sweet hay!" The sheepdogs watched thoughtfully from the hillside as the snow started again, falling gently around them. Farmer John worked all day and into the night, for tomorrow was Christmas Eve. When the sun rose the next morning over the snow-covered farm, the special gift for the animals was done. A barn for Christmas, made from the wood of the old pine tree. Farmer John and Farmer Jennifer couldn't wait to show the animals their new home. They brought everyone in from the snowy pasture, gave them fresh hay, and took them to their soft beds. Joy the alpaca was the last to come in. Farmer John had made a special place for her right by the window. That evening, as the animals were settling in, they heard the jingle of sleigh bells. The alpacas and sheep looked up from their hay, and the chickens scurried toward the barn door. It was their neighbor, Farmer Marriott, with her donkeys. They carried baskets of pumpkins, apples, and corn. "Is that for us? Is that for us?" "Thank you for the wonderful gift," said Farmer John. The donkeys replied with a loud "Hee-haw," but Farmer Marriott just smiled with a twinkle in her eye. A full moon rose high in the sky that night, rare for Christmas Eve. Inside the warm barn, Joy gave birth to a little cria. The animals gathered around to welcome the baby alpaca to the farm. "I think we'll call her Hope," whispered Farmer John. Farmer John walked outside. It was peaceful and the snow sparkled in the moonlight. He set his hand on the stump of the old pine tree. "You have a new life now. You've become a very fine barn," he said. "A Christmas barn for everyone." He smiled and spoke softly to the animals, safe and snug in their new home. "Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you all."
Bye. See you next time.
Bye.